There is a moment almost everyone knows. Standing at a funeral. Reading a message that should break you. Watching someone say goodbye. Every part of you says this should hurt enough to cry. And nothing comes. Not because you feel nothing. You feel everything. Your chest is tight, your throat is closed, your eyes sting. But the tears themselves refuse to fall. Most people think this means something is wrong with them. Cold. Broken. Numb. But the real reason has almost nothing to do with how much you feel. It has to do with something your body quietly learned to do a long time ago, without ever asking your permission. Here is the first real reason. Crying is not just an emotion. It is a physical reflex, built into your nervous system from birth. Every baby cries easily, loudly, without any effort at all, because nothing has taught them not to yet. But somewhere along the way, for a lot of people, crying stopped being safe. Maybe it was a parent who said, "Stop crying, or I will give you something to cry about." Maybe it was a room full of people who went quiet and uncomfortable the moment tears showed up. Maybe it was simply growing up in a home where showing pain meant becoming a target for more pain. Every time that happened, your brain learned a simple lesson. Crying is dangerous. Hold it in. And your brain is extremely good at learning lessons like this, especially when they get repeated for years. This is not weakness. It is exactly the opposite. It is a skill practiced so many times that it became automatic. The same way a muscle gets stronger the more you use it, the ability to suppress tears gets stronger the more you use it too. Here is the part almost nobody tells you. Not all tears are the same. Your eyes make one kind of tear all day long, just to stay wet and healthy. That kind takes no emotion at all. But emotional tears are different. They start deep in a part of your brain called the limbic system, the same region that handles fear, love, and sadness. When something truly moves you, this part of your brain sends a signal down toward your tear glands, telling them to release. But there is a gatekeeper in the way. A different part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, sits right at the front, and its job includes regulating emotional reactions before they reach the surface. For someone who has spent years training themselves to suppress tears, this gatekeeper becomes incredibly efficient. It learns to catch the emotional signal early, before it ever reaches your eyes. You are not failing to feel the sadness. Your brain is successfully stopping the signal from finishing its journey, exactly the way it was trained to. So here is the real reason some people can't cry, even when they desperately want to. It was never one simple thing. It is a pathway that gets rewired one moment at a time, every time crying felt unsafe instead of allowed. The feeling is still there. The tightness in your chest is real. The ache behind your eyes is real. What is missing is not the emotion. What is missing is the final signal that lets it out. Your body is not broken. It became extremely good at protecting you from something that, at one point in your life, genuinely needed protecting against. But here is what almost nobody tells you next. A pathway that was trained can be retrained. Takes time, and it rarely happens all at once. But people who have spent years unable to cry often find that in a safe enough place, with enough time, with enough permission, the signal starts reaching the surface again. It usually does not arrive the way you expect. Not at the funeral. Not during the goodbye. Sometimes it arrives days later, alone, over something small, almost unrelated. That is not your body failing to understand the moment. That is your body finally finding a moment safe enough to let go in. So the next time you stand somewhere that should break you, and nothing comes, do not mistake silence for numbness. Somewhere underneath it, the feeling is already there. It is simply waiting for your body to remember that it is allowed to show it.